Good morning. Welcome to Long Live Third Parties podcast. Free Press Media Press Inc., a third parties books publisher, sponsors this podcast. I'm Andrew Bouchard. Friends, a question for you is going to come. I want you to think about it. The question of the day is, what was the first third party you joined? Maybe you have stayed in the same third party since day one, and you have not changed. In my case, that's not the case. I have changed. The first party I joined was a Libertarian Party. I joined in high school. I filled out the application form. It sounded like the best thing at the time, so I sent it in. And I became an official member, and I had a card. Interestingly, when I was on a cross-country camping trip, some of my teammates went into my car and were digging around, and they found it amusing that I had a Libertarian card in my car. I was a member of the Libertarian Party. They found that amusing. You're probably asking, why were they in your car? They shouldn't have been. You're right, they shouldn't have been. When I was in high school, I got those world's smallest political quizzes by the advocates of self-government, asking if having that quiz where you determined if you were a libertarian or how close you were to a libertarian. I passed those out a lot. During cross country, every year at our banquet we had a tradition. There was this hat that the leader of the team handed to the next leader for the next year. And each year, the individual would put something on the hat that would signify something about them and the team in the past year. So I put one of those advocates for self-government cards on the hat. And also, my cross-country coach in high school mentioned that to a newspaper that were doing an article about me, a profile for an upcoming race. So I talked about my libertarian views in the article. Actually, at the time, I got annoyed with how obsessed and amused people were with my political views. Interestingly, I consider myself very political, yet for some reason at the time, I got annoyed where people were thinking I'm so obsessed with politics. It's a part of my life mission. It's something I think about all the time, so I'm not sure why I got so annoyed back then, but I did. As I mentioned in other podcasts, years later, I would vote for the Green Party, the Socialist Workers' Party, and the like. I have voted for libertarians a number of times over the years. So although I don't consider myself a libertarian per se, and I'm not a member of the party, I still vote for them. So that's how it goes, friends. What about you? What's your journey? What was the first third party you joined, and have you changed third parties? Let me know, friends. Long live third parties.